Michael Jackson's father is back in the news, people. Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson's father is demanding a $500 million in compensation in his wrongful death lawsuit against Dr. Conrad Murray. Joe Jackson launched legal action against Murray in August, accusing him of administering the fatal dose of anesthetic propofol. Propofol. Am I saying that right? Propofol, which led to the singer's death in June of 2009. June of 2009. So what, we're a year and a couple of months? Or a year and 4 months since that happened? It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Wow, that's pretty interesting. The family patriarch. Have you ever noticed that that's what they always call him? The family patriarch. What does that word mean? I guess that means like, I'm curious. I don't know. I'm going to look at the dictionary and find out that word. Meaning of, how am I spelling this? Because they always call him that. All right, I'm looking it up right now. I've got the definition of patriot. It says, a man who rules a family, a clan, or a tribe. So I guess there is a huge bug that just flew by my head. I don't like killing animals, but I'm about to kill this one. All right, it's not dead though. It's like gasping for air. It's like fiddling around. If you're watching this on the, if this makes YouTube or the television version, I'm going to see if I can hold it up. I have it now on a sheet of paper. I feel like Obama. It's still kind of like wiggling around a little bit. I'm going to hold this up for the camera. This isn't going to even matter if none of this ever makes it to the television. But I murdered that bug. And look on the back. Well, I don't know if you can see it. But on the back, there's a leg. And then there's another leg on the paper. But it's not dead yet, but it will be dead soon. I wonder if it can see me. And I'm looking like face to face at something that I've killed. That's not normal for me. Because it's like I'm looking at this thing and I'm wondering, now my brain, the curiosity goes to where it was born. You know, if it knew its mother. Do bugs normally know their mothers? Whether or not its parents taught them anything? Whether or not they had an educational system? Whether he was headed somewhere? But most importantly, how did he get into my basement? And is he suffering right now? I don't know. He's got to be suffering because he's on his way to death, but he's not dead. Because I see his little tentacles, they're moving. Should I be more merciful and just kill him? But what am I going to kill him with? I got to find something. I got another piece of paper here. It's like a big spindle thing. Maybe if I just hit it again, it'll die. And then it'll be dead. First of all, I got to get it off my paper. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to finish murdering it. Okay. Well, its guts are all over my table now, so it's got to be dead. It's disgusting. I'm disgusted with myself. But I don't like bugs in my area because it's just going to annoy and bug me. But now I'm going to go back to the thing about that. I just murdered something that didn't have to die. And that's what makes me think that bugs really aren't very smart, because it didn't have to die, but it also didn't have to fly into my space, which caused it to have to die. Now, you're dealing with a vegetarian that's going vegan. So what I just did is completely outside of the character of the stereotype of a person that lives a vegetarian/vegan lifestyle. But I'm sorry. They annoy me. I wonder whether or not vegans kill roaches inside of their homes. I wonder whether or not the people from Peta will actually kill a roach. Let me give them a call really quick, and then I'm going to get back to my story.
Thank you for calling, Peta.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I have just a very quick question. I am a vegetarian, and I'm actually going vegan now because of some lifestyle changes that I'm interested in. But I was having a discussion with one of my friends about whether or, like killing not animals, but like bugs, roaches, bed bugs, and things like that. I was saying that I think that it's murder, to do something like that. And I'm looking on Peta's website right now. I can't see anything about bugs. Has Peta taken a stand on whether or not, it's unethical to kill like bed bugs and roaches and things like that?
I don't know if we have or not. I mean, of course, with roaches and stuff, I mean, we would like it if people didn't kill them, but at the same time, with bed bugs, I mean, that's, yeah, I don't know what people...
See, all of a sudden, bed bugs, that animal we should murder.
I can put you through, let's see... Geez, I don't even know who'd be able to answer this.
I mean, I'm just like really conflicted because I'm trying to live, a healthy and a holistic lifestyle, and I'm getting to the point that killing anything that's alive is actually, besides a plant, is actually starting to bother me. But when it comes to some of these little, creatures, the bed bugs, the roaches, some other little bugs, I don't know about whether or not I should be drawn. I don't know if that's going overboard. But at the same time, they were born, they want to live. You know what I'm saying? The confliction is happening in my brain.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm in Chicago.
Okay, let me see, just one moment.
Sure. If you're just tuning in, people, we're on the phone with Peta because we want to find out whether or not it's unethical to murder animals because we don't know. Because I just murdered one. I'm sure we're going to voicemail. Because it always happens that way with Peta. It happens that way with everybody.
Hi, this is Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. My name is Darryl, and I was just talking to the lady prior to speaking to you. I had a question, and it's almost like an ethical type of a question. I'm a vegetarian, and I'm actually moving towards vegan, and I'm trying to live this holistic life where I'm not killing any, animal that's alive. However, recently some things have taken place where bugs, and particularly roaches, bed bugs, and these little red bugs that are around. And I'm trying to find out whether or not Peta, and I've searched your site, whether or not Peta's actually taking a stand on whether or not it's okay to kill those particular ones, or if there's something we should be doing to even avoid killing any animal life. Because I feel a little bit guilty, but one of my friends and roommates, they're saying we gotta, if these things come up, we have to exterminate in advance. And they're almost talking about spraying in advance, which in my mind is killing bugs before they even show themselves.
Yeah, well, okay, so you have like cockroaches and stuff like that in your house?
Well, I've seen a couple. And we're trying to make sure that it doesn't happen more. But yes, and I don't, whenever I see one, I try to just take it outside. And my roommate's saying that's not going to work.
Well, we actually have some humane ways that you can control cockroaches.
Okay.
And if you tell me what other insects you have in your house, I can also help you out with that. I'm looking up right now because we have we have some information on humane cockroach control.
They actually have something about killing or getting rid of cockroaches humanely. Only Peta would have this crap.
The cockroaches is to not attract them, so make sure you don't have food out and cover up holes in the wall. In my old house, we had ants, but I noticed they were coming in through a hole in the wall where I kept my cat food.
Okay.
I kept my cat's food on the ground, and they would I would see hundreds of them in the cat food in the bowl. So I just moved the cat food so it didn't attract them into the house.
And when you cover up the hole, you don't feel like somehow you're barricading them and you're almost like a mass murder is going to take place because you're barricading them and they don't have a way to get out and eat?
Well, I don't think they would come. I think they're coming in through the outside.
Okay.
If you cover up a hole in the wall, you're just barricading your house. And
just making sure that they're not getting in. You're not actually trapping the animal or the because
they're not living in they're coming in from the outside.
Okay.
So if you just keep and especially food in my house we had a big problem with the kitchen. They would come into the kitchen because we had I lived with 10 people, so it was really hard to keep food not out because everyone was eating at different times.
Right.
But trying to keep food out and cleaning the floors and stuff like that is a good thing. And then it looks like for cockroaches there are some other natural things that repel them, and you can just if you another thing you can do instead of covering up the hole, if you see where they're coming in, there are things that repel them that you could put near there. And for cockroaches, it looks like bay leaves, cucumbers, catnip, and garlic.
Oh, wow.
Can repel them.
Okay.
And there's also, we have a number for a local distributor of Gentril, and it's an insect growth regulator that eliminates the reproductive potential of cockroaches without killing them. So, like, it would just prevent them from reproducing.
Okay,
So,
that
like, let's say the ones that are already in your house will prevent them from, like,
so
reproducing.
we sterilizing them,
more.
these things, that's not unethical.
And let's see, I'm looking at some other things.
That's like, it's like it's so weird how they come up with this logic about
so
what's okay and what you can do and when you can't do it.
Making sure there's not food. Like, do you know where they're coming in?
I don't know, because like every time I'll see one, usually it's like when I walk into a dark room and I cut on the light, they literally scatter in every direction. So by the time I see them, they're already in. And so I don't know actually where they're coming from. I just kind of see that they go in wherever they're at that particular time. There's someplace near where they can just disappear because they just scatter.
Yeah, because I lived in Greece for a while, and I had cockroaches in my apartment, and I didn't know where they were coming in, and they would be like in the kitchen and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
But if you can seal off like cracks in the home, if you can find any, where they're entering, like is there a really small crack, and like if you use like non-toxic all-purpose glue, if there's like a really small crack, that can seal it off.
Okay. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea whether or not, like, if I can get to the point that, they don't bother me, and my roommate's not at that point yet, but if I get to the point where they don't bother me, is it considered inhumane or bad just to live with them and not even bother, just to not even do anything?
I mean,
is it unhealthy?
You don't find them in your house.
I
would just, for the sake of like for your roommate, and like, I would try to keep them from. I mean, what I would want to do is because I would be like scared of them and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I just don't want them to die. Like, I don't want my roommate to do anything that's gonna kill him. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I could get him to kind of think the way I think, because they don't actually creep me out or bother me or anything like that. When I was younger, I used to have one as a pet. I never do that now because I don't think that that's humane to take a cockroach and make it a pet. But just having them around me, that doesn't creep me out or gross me out or anything like that. But I just want to make sure that if I just, if I'm doing that, if they're just in my room and we're just kind of like hanging out, that I'm not going in and that's not a danger just to have them all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, if you don't mind them, but I mean, we even have a web page where you can.
If you don't mind them. Do you know anybody that doesn't mind a cockroach? Have you ever met a person? And how far would you get away from that person if you met a person that was just okay with cockroaches? Wouldn't you just get away from them like they were Hitler?
Apple cider vinegar. So wherever I saw them coming in, I just cleaned the floor with apple cider vinegar to keep them from coming in.
And that worked for you?
Yeah, and that worked. I mean, my neighbor had the ant problem worse than I did, and she said, like, she would do that, and then they would come back, but she just like did it a lot, and then eventually they just went away.
Okay.
So,
is there anything? Okay, well, that actually works. I think that I'm gonna try a combination of those things. But like I said, in my room, I'm just okay with them. I've been around cockroaches my whole life, and some of them I actually find kind of cute. So they really don't bother me at all. Is there anything?
Yeah, when I lived in Greece, I got used to them.
Yeah.
They kind of started to look cute, like after a while. And I didn't want to like hurt them or anything like that.
Yeah, no, they're. I mean, like you can. I mean, I've found myself touching them and like petting them and stuff. I mean, some of the ones don't even run if they know that you're not going to hurt them. So I think it's almost like instinctive because most people hate them so much that they will chase them and try to kill them. I think maybe when they're in an environment that they know that you're not going to try to murder them, instinctively you see that other side of them, which is a calmer and nicer side. I think that people, whenever we don't like the way an animal looks, our first instinct is to try to kill it because we don't like the way it looks, and that's just wrong.
Yeah, I agree.